As the sun rises over the island country of Grenada, there is a group of individuals who are transforming the futures of thousands of the country's children. In a country where almost 1/3 of the population lives on less than $1 a day, there has never been a greater need for the education of a coming generation. Since its inception in 2005, the Roving Caregivers Program, also known as the RCP, has been doing exactly that. RCP is staffed by rovers who travel by foot over the hills of Grenada to provide cost-free early childhood stimulation for kids aged 0 to 3. Currently, Grenada's rovers perform home visits in the parishes of St. David and St. Andrew, where they have already visited over 1,400 children in over 1,300 families.
In Grenada, we started with a needs assessment in the parish of St. David, simply because in St. David there was no and still no formal early childhood services.
At each home visit, rovers focus on fine and gross motor skills, problem solving, and cognitive development through various activities. And the majority of the toys used during home visits are handmade and eco-friendly. Workshops are held every 2 weeks where rovers create stimulation items out of recycled materials.
They can use to make music. They can also use it to bang on hard surfaces. The gift wrap paper is also trashable. Like when persons get gifts, we ask them to save the paper for us so that we can recycle it as well. Different areas are set up because we do the CCSI active learning with infants and toddlers. 5 areas is necessary, which is the block area.
And what color blocks did you use?
The toy corner, the book corner, the home corner, and the art corner. These 5 areas is important because we want children to be familiar with the different settings around them in the environment.
If we look at the children who come out of the RCP program, when they enter into the preschool and the daycare programs which are available now, the teachers within the programs can identify very clearly those who've come through the RCP. Because they've been stimulated, they've gotten to a certain level which they can now come in and excel at that level.
Part of what really makes the RCP more than a child service program is that stimulation doesn't stop once a home visit is over.
Well, I do read the stories for him and sit with him and clap, sing whatever songs, because I go to church to always put him to sleep by singing songs.
Parents are empowered by rovers and equipped with the tools to be more than their child's provider, as a role model, a teacher, and a catalytic force in their child's development.
The program teach me so much to be like a responsible mother then, like spending more time with your children. How to go teaching them the steps to take into growing them up.
A long-term goal of RCP Grenada is to empower and expand the role of males in the child's learning environment.
It's good to have a male in the family because the child can learn certain things which a mother cannot teach her and protect them.
Additionally, the rovers often encounter serious issues that can arise in a family setting and are trained to handle them appropriately.
Yeah. Well, with the rovers actually going in to the families, they're able to identify issues, family issues which may come about. And we normally have issues of welfare, housing issues, and then of course parenting skills. And the RCP is equipped with a parenting liaison officer. So that officer builds that bridge between the parents and the staff as well, and the program.
With the families, it showed that parents were more able to interact with their children. They understood that it's better to speak with the child rather than, as we say in the Caribbean, beat the child, and or using, punishment, in that regard. They understood the fact that it's important to engage in stimulation activities, read with the child, play with the child, just sing with the child, just hug the child, show the child love and so forth. So the program has had quite an impact on the families, on the parents themselves.
The learning that occurs through RCP Grenada occurs not only with the children and their families, but also with the rovers themselves.
The RCP is not only about early stimulation and parent support. It is about investing in young people, providing them opportunity for upward mobility, improving their professional and personal lives. Since the inception of the program, we have provided employment for over 160 young persons and trained them in childcare and personal development.
On the rovers as well, the study has shown that the program impacted the rovers. The rovers in terms of their self-esteem, in terms of their knowledge as well in early child development.
Being a rover has boosted my self-esteem and self-confidence. Because of the program, I am now gainfully employed as a young person.
Before I came into the program, I was a parent in the program, and seeing my children go through the different developmental stage in the program, how they've been growing through it, I thought that I could join and bring that same smile that they brought to my face to another family.
Because of the program, I'm able to accomplish a lot of things, and maybe in future, because of the experiences that I am having now, I could also gain another career path in social work as well.
In spite of RCP Grenada's resilient mission and remarkable expansion, the program's grant funding expires this year. And unless a new source of funding comes forth in a time of universal need, the hope that Grenada has found in Roving Caregivers program may be extinguished.
A child is a child, and regardless of his or her economic situation, he or she deserves a chance to develop and enhance his development.
Most of our other programs, we work with the adults only or with the children separately, but this program works with children from a very early age, which is very critical to the whole parent-child relationship. So we continue to give our support to the Roving Caregivers program because we believe it can indeed have a very positive impact on family life in Grenada.
If by some unfortunate means we are no longer able to fund the RCP program, Grenada will definitely be left with a huge void. The RCP is filling a gap that no other NGO or entity is able to fill right now. And without them, and without that program, we have hundreds of children who will be left without stimulation. Right? Not just in one parish, but in several parishes. Because St. David still doesn't have, we still don't offer a government daycare service or private service for children at that level. So without a program, we have lots of children who are not stimulated enough properly for their development, for their overall development. Also, the RCP is providing a lot of jobs for young persons within our population, and with the economic downturn, we know jobs are very difficult to come by now. The RCP is providing jobs and training for persons who work within the program. So without RCP, we would be left with a definite, very huge gap in our development as a people and a country.
The children are our future. Their future is in our hands.
Wow.